Okay, it's recording now. Okay, so I wanted to make a video about a post I watched on Instagram the other day, and it was about um how many times uh by how many different players a character has made a top 8 appearance at a major tournament in 2025. So I thought the topic was very interesting, so I wanted to add on to that by making it not a 2025 video, but a 2025 ranking by Lumirank standards. So that would be from December 21st, 2024 until July 7th, I believe, which is when Get on My Level happened, which was the last major in the first half of the 2025 ranking season. So with that out of the way, let's get started. And I'll start by uh, with GSM, which was an 8-tier tournament in France. So in the seventh places we got Gluttony, who used Wario, of course. Oh, where's Wario here? There he is. So Wario has at least been used by one player. So I don't I don't want to make a list about how many times has the character made top 8. Rather, how many different players have played that character in top 8 of a major tournament, which was what the post was about. Uh, so we also have King K. Rool because Wall made top 8 at the tournament, and he only used K. Rool. This is the only time K. Rool made top 8, by the way, in this ranking season so far. Then we got Ashimo, who only used Ryu. Then we got Snow. Snow used uh mostly Mario, but he used Pyramithra for Raplo. So we got um where's Mario? Mario? And we got Pyramithra. So they're displayed as one character. Whoops. Then we got Siski. I'll consider Samus and Dark Samus as one character. Then we got Raflo, who used Game and Watch against Gluttony. So there's Game and Watch. And he also used Palutena, of course. We also got Doramigi at the tournament, who used Min Min. Only used Min Min. And finally, we got Lima, who won the tournament. He only used Bayonetta, first character. Then we got Smash Awesome, which was an S plus tier tournament in Japan. Uh, we got Mia, who used both Game and Watch and Steve in top 8. So Game & Watch goes up a tier, and Steve makes an appearance. Carmelo also uses Steve, so Steve goes up a tier. Wame made top 8 with solo Olimar. Where's Olimar here? Yes. Kaninave was the first player to make top 8 with Fox at a major this season. Where's Fox? There he is. He only used Fox. Then we got Akakitsu, the hero player. Who only used hero. We also got Akola. So Akola didn't use Paramithra in top 8, but he only used Steve, so he goes up a tier. We're only at 2 tournaments, and we already have Steve at 3. That's impressive, actually. And we also got Shuton, who did use Fire Mithra, but he didn't use it in top 8. He only used Olimar, funnily enough. So Olimar goes up a tier. And then we got Hurt, who only used the Snake. Where's Snake here? Oh, there he is. After that, we got Sumabato, SP54, an 8+ tier tournament in Japan. We have Ashimo, who actually went Ken in top 8. So there's that. He went Ryu and Ken against uh Kaninabe, but he ended up losing the set. Then we got Goryoka's Joker, making Joker's first appearance in this list. Where the fuck is Joker? Oh, right, he's at the DLC. Here we go, Joker. Then we got Toriguri, who is the only player that has made top 8 with Banjo. I don't know why this page does that, but sure. Kaninabe made top 8 again, and he used Min Min against Kome, but to no avail. So the Min Min goes up a tier. Then we got Kome, talking about him. We were just talking about him. There's Shulk. He only used Shulk, right? Yeah. Then we got Xion, the up and coming hero player. So hero goes up a tier. And Joker goes up a tier because he used Joker against Doramigi to no avail, of course. Talking about Doramigi, he only used Min Min at top 8, and Rorikusu used Steve and Falco. So Steve goes up a tier, separating himself from the other characters. And of course, Rorikusu means Falco, so he also used him. Then we got Luminosity makes big moves 2025. We got Wrath with Sonic. Sonic makes an appearance. It's funny that Sonic's uh, wasn't at this tournament, so he wasn't the first Sonic to make top 8 this season. Then we got Leo with solo Joker. So Joker goes up at another tier. Then we got Tweak, the first Diddy Kong. Next, we have the Buzz, who only played Rosa in top 8. And he's actually the only player this season to make top 8 at a major with Rosa. Then we got Light, who of course only plays Fox. So Fox moves up a tier. And I believe that's the only time that Fox will move. Then we got Syrup, who used both Steve and Ness. So Steve moves up a tier, and Ness makes an appearance. I believe he's the only player to ever top 8 with Ness. Then we got Hurt and Spargo. Hurt only played Snake, so Snake doesn't move. And Spargo in top 8 only used Cloud. So only Cloud gets a spot. And that same weekend, Mayasuma Top 1 and S Plus tier tournament in Japan happened. In top 8, we had Alice, who only played Roy in top 8 against Rocky. He didn't play his Kazuya. So we got Roy at 1. We also got Masa, the Falco player. So Falco moves up a tier. We also got Raru, uh, who was having a rough time at the start of the season. This was his third tournament, I believe. His third major tournament. And that was the first time he made top 8. He only played Luigi. So Luigi, where are you? There he is. We'll see that character more times, believe me. Carmelo only played Steve. Mia only played Game & Watch. Maki makes an appearance, and he played both Steve and Kazuya, so Steve moves up another tier, separating himself even more. And Kazuya makes an appearance. He actually beat Carmelo with Kazuya, that's kind of crazy. Doromigi only played Min Min, and Akola only played Steve, so nobody moves up a tier anymore. The next major is Senbugeki 18 in Japan. We have Rorikusu again, but this time we have DK making an appearance. He used DK against Gachipi. Funnily enough, he also used DK against Akakikutsu to make top 8. Then we got Mark, plays Yoshi. In case you didn't know who he is, he's an up and coming Yoshi player from Japan. He's very, very good. Oh shit. He most likely will be top like 60 or 70 this season. If he's not top 50, he's for sure top 70. He has very good wins. Uh, Fifth, we got Gachipi, who played Sonic to make top 8, but in top 8 he only played Lucario. So there he is. Fui, the Yoshi player, makes an appearance. He only played Yoshi, so Yoshi already moves up another tier. Yeah, we have two Yoshi players making an appearance in this top 8. Then we got Mia, who played Game Watch and Steve. Ashimo, who only played Ryu. Snow, who only played Mario. And Shuton, who actually used Aegis this time. Wait, shoot on. Hold up a second. No was the one who just pyramid the rest. So shoot on moves Paramithra. Oh shit. Shoot on just Paramithra. He's the second player this season to do it. Hold up a second. My app closed, so I'm checking all the stats from Smasher's app. I don't know if I already mentioned that. It's such a convenient app, dude. So what's the next tournament? After Seibugeki, we got another super major in Japan, with Sumabato SP 55. We got level 1 here with Toon Link, making Toon Link's first appearance and only appearance, I believe. I mean, he's the only player to make top 8 at a major with Toon Link. Next, we got Fire, who out of all the players that make top 8 with Aegis, he's probably the only one that actually mains them. He doesn't main any other character as far as I'm aware. Like every other player, like Shuton, Carmelo, Snow, Leo, Spargo, they all play other characters, but Fire is the only one that actually mains them. Shoutouts to that. Next we got Umeki. I would put Daisy, but come on. I'll put Peach instead. Like he mains Peach and Daisy, they're the same character. Then we got Daigoro. There's a very sad stat from this. Daigoro so far is the only Korean player to make top 8 at a major. All the other Koreans like Neo and Shadik have not made top 8 at a major this season, which is super sad if you ask me. That Daigoro, who's considered the worst against the worst ranked Korean player, is the only one that has made top 8 at a major. And he actually has made top 8 at a major twice this season, I believe, which is even funnier to me. Um, then we got Motsunabe, so Falco moves up a tier. Then we got Snow, who only played Mario, Doramigi. Doramigi actually played Hero against Mia, so Hero moves up a tier. And Mia, well, he played Game and Watch and in top 8. The next major is Genesis X2, a premier tournament in the US. Mia made top 8 and only played Game and Watch. Freak only played Diddy Kong. He played Kazuya in top 8. He didn't play Pac-Man at all. So Kazuya moves up a tier. Then we got Luigi with Luigi. So Luigi moves up a tier as well. We got Shuton. Shuton already playing the Olimar and Paramithra. Then we got Samba, who only played Rob. So gotta put Rob there. Then we got Akola, who only played Steve. and Hurt, who only played Snake. Next, we got a tournament in Germany. Hurt, who only played Snake. Gamescom. Uh, it was only an A tier, and I believe Liquipedia didn't rank this one as a major, but we're uh we're checking Smasher's app, and Smasher's app follows Lumirank, and Lumirank considers this a major tournament, so I do consider it a major tournament too. So in seventh place we got Orion, who means wolf. Where's wolf? He's right there. And funnily enough, he also tried Snake. So Snake moves up a tier. He tried Snake against Susu, but didn't work out. We also got Tarek, who used Greninja, but it didn't work out. So we got Greninja. We also got Gluttony, who only used Waria. Then we got Susu, who used Steve only. So Steve moves up a tier, since Susu has not made a top 8 so far. Spargo, who used Cloud and used Aegis as well. So Aegis moves up a tier. Then we got Big Boss, who only used Rob, of course. So Rob moves up a tier. And then we got Tsubasemi, giving Young Link his only top 8 at a major so far. And then we got Prep Saleh, who only used Steve in top 8. So Steve moves up yet another tier. Next major tournament is Sumabato's SP56, an A plus tier tournament. We got Shion, who used Hero, but we already got him. Then we got Leaf, who used Robin. He's the only Robin player that has made top 8 so far. He's generally so good. Then we got Kuhiku, who, in case you don't know, he's a DK player that also plays Steve, but his DK is very good. He actually has a win over Rocky with his DK. He's generally so good. And he used both Steve and DK in this top 8. So Steve moves up a tier and DK moves up a tier. Then we got Shirayuki. So far, the only Inkling player to make top 8 at a major with this character. Then we got Jagabata. Same as Shirayuki, the only player to make top 8 at a major with that character. So, in case you saw Doc Hunt in top 8, it's because of this guy. Then we got Yonipi, who I believe is the only player. No, no, no. Is he? Well, there he is, Yonipi. I don't remember if Naturu made top 8 at a major this season. Well, but Yonipi did at this tournament. He placed second. And then we got Raru, who also used Min Min. So Min Min moves up a tier. And next major tournament is Grand Slam 17, an A tier in Japan, where we have Yonipi, who only used P2. Then we got um, Deshi, a Samus player, who's like a hidden boss. in Japan. He like sometimes like most of the time he doesn't perform that well, but sometimes he has runs like this where he top eights a major. Carmelo, he only used Steve in top eight. Then we got Shion, who only used Hero in top eight. Then we got Tsubaki, another Joker player that made top eight with Joker. Wait, yeah, yeah. Four so far. We got Leo, Gorioka, Shion, and Tsubaki. Then we got Rorikusu, who used Falcon DK. Then we got Toriguri, who only used Banjo. And then we got Masha, who only used Wolf. Hold up a sec. I'm back. So we left at Masha, who was the second Wolf to make top eight. He actually won the tournament. He's been the only Wolf player to win a major with solo Wolf in such a long time. Or I believe he's the only one. I don't know, dude. Because I remember before the pandemic, Wolf was such a popular character that he was just a lot in top eight. Look back by Zach Ray, by Tweak. Um, I don't know, dude. There were a lot of Wolf players. Right now, Wolf is considered by some to be the worst Spacey. I don't know if that's true or not, but all I'm saying is that it's Wolf has had a kind of a resurgence in 2025, and it's so cool to see because I really like this character. I think he's a very cool top tier. I mean, not necessarily a top tier. I don't think he's top tier, but he's a very cool character to watch. He's top tier in our hearts. The next major tournament is Cavalier Clash 6 in the US, an A plus tier. And we got Shiny Mark marking Pikachu's first major tournament. He only used Pikachu. Yeah, he only used Pikachu. We also got Wrath, who only played Sonic. Then we got Gluttony, who only plays the Wario. Then we got Cola. So Roy moves up a tier. And he also used Cloud against Susu, but didn't work out. Where the fuck is Cloud? There he is. Uh, then we also got Susu, who only played Steve. Then we got Spargo, who only played Cloud. Then we got Light, who of course only played Fox. And then we got Serve, who played Ness and Steve, but we already mentioned him at LMBM, so nobody moves a spot. The next major is Hulon 15 with Sumabato, an S plus tier tournament in Japan. Mark mixed up it again using only Yoshi. Taikei makes an appearance, being the second Sonic to make top 8. So Sonic moves up a tier. Doromigi only used Min Min. Ken only used Sonic. Sonic moves up a tier. Tamapi makes an appearance. So Bayu moves up a tier. Carmelo. Carmelo only used Steve, so he stays right there. Raru only used Luigi. Oh, he actually used DK. He used DK against the Snow, but that didn't happen in top 8. That happened right before top 8. And then Ashimo only used Ryu, so it stays like that. Next major tournament is Battle of BC7. We have Onin, who only used Steve, so Steve moves up another tier. Um, we also got Monty, so Game and Watch moves up another tier. We got Akola, who used Aegis. I believe this is the first time Akola has used Aegis, right? So we got Shuton, Fire, Snow, Carmelo, and now we got Akola, right? I believe Aegis is used by 6 different players. Hold up a sec. All right. No, he's actually used. Okay. So Akola would be the 5th player to use Aegis in top 8 of a major. Then we got Samba with Rob, Out with the solo Wolf. So Wolf moves up a tier. Then we got Syrup with the Steven Ness combo. Then we got Spargo, who only used Cloud in top 8. And Gluttony, who only used Wario in top 8. Next major is Delta 10, where we got Tampi, who only used Bayo. Ken, who only used Sonic. Raru, who only used Luigi. Rarikusu, who only used Falco. Ashimo, who only used Ryu. Then we got Yara. Yara would be the 3rd Samus to make top 8 of the major. Second, we got Shuton, who used Olimar, and Mia, who used Game and Watch and Steve. But we already got his Steve, so there's that. Next major tournament is Sumabato SP57, an S tier tournament in Japan. We got Kaninabe with the Fox, Furararamen, who used Game and Watch, so Game and Watch moves up another tier. Mark, who only used Yoshi. Nyona Ponbu, who used Diddy Kong. Where's Diddy? He moves up a tier. 33 Parent Box, who uses Steve, but he also used King Dedede. Yeah, this is so funny actually. He used King Dedede. Like he didn't even win the game with King Dedede, and he only used it for one game against Carmelo's Aegis. Didn't work. But hey, King Dedede saw top 8 at a super major, no less. And we got Gorioka using Joker, Ashimo using Ryu, and Carmelo who used Steve and Aegis. He used just Aegis specifically against 33rd Parent Box, so I guess he didn't want to play the Ditto. The next major we had was Level Up Expo, a premiere in the US, where we got Shiny Mark with the Pikachu, MK Leo with the Joker, Kiarash with Luigi, so Luigi moves up a tier. Get here, Luigi. Spargo, who used only Cloud in top 8. Light, who only played Fox. Zamba, who only played Rob. Onin, who only played Steve. And Doramigi, who only played Min Min. Next major we have is All by Tori 2, an A tier in Japan. And another controversial major tournament, but if Lumirank considers it a major, then I guess it's the most official major, you could say. So we got Lunamado with the Miss Warfighter. Where's Warfighter? There he is. Then we got Mark, who played Yoshi, Rocky, who played Steve and Kazuya, 33 Parent Box again, but he only used Steve this time. Then we got Tsuna, who played Greninja, Cloud, and Roy. So Greninja moves up a tier, Cloud moves up a tier, and Roy moves up a tier. Then we got Rorikusu, who used Falco and DK. Then we got Mina HO, who used DK and Me Brawler. So DK moves up a tier, and Brawler makes an appearance. And then we got Meister, who only used Game & Watch. So Game & Watch moves up a tier. Next major was Kagaribi 13, the biggest tournament in Smash Ultimate, where we got Gluto using only War in top 8, Carmelo only using Steve in top 8, Doramigi only using Min Min in top 8, Wrath only using Sonic, Tweak only using Diddy, Mia only using Game and Watch. Raru only using Luigi, and Akola who used Steve and used Paramithra against Raru too, but we already counted his Aegis in Battle of BC. The next major we had was Kulon 16 S plus tier, where we got Light with the Fox, Mia with the Game and Watch, Yoshidora with the Yoshi. So Yoshi moves up a tier. Then we got Spargo, and this is the first time we saw the plant in action. So this plant makes an appearance. Whatever Clean Day and Piranha Plant and K. Rool are doing here, dude. Tweak only used Diddy Kong. Gluttony only used Wario. Sonics. Wait, this is actually the first time Sonics. Because this was Wrath, Taikei, and Ken. So Sonic moves up a tier because of Sonics. And then Onin who only used Steve. We got another major in 95 Kings of Fields 5 major in France, where we have Semol. So Cloud moves up yet another tier. And we also got Bowser in top 8. This is the only time Bowser makes a top 8 appearance at a major. And it's funny because it didn't even work out. Like Samoa used Cloud and Bowser against Big Boss, but he got 3-0'd anyways. I mean, Samoa also used Bowser against Siski and he beat him, but he basically beat him with Cloud, so I don't know if that would count. Then we also got Raflo, who played Game and Watch. But I mean, he played Game and Watch at GSM too, so he doesn't move up a tier. Then we got Big Boss, who only used Rob. Luigi, who only played Luigi. Tarek, who only played Greninja. Mescal giving Ridley a top 8 appearance. Of all characters, yeah. Fucking Bowser, Plant, and Ridley in this top 8. And then we got Prep Saleh, who used Steve, but also used Wario. So Wario moves up a tier. And then Spargo, who used uh, Cloud and Plant. Next major we have is Sumabato SP58. This is the second time Daigoro makes top 8, only using Korin. Koryoka makes yet another top 8 appearance with the solo Joker. Yonepi makes top 8 with solo P2 as well. Karaage giving Captain Falcon his only top 8 at a major so far this season, so we got Falcon right there. Milna HO going with the DK. We also got level 1 with the Toon Link. Ken using only Sonic. And then we got Rarikusu who used Steve. Wait, so Steve is 12 times? Hold up. Hold up. No, it should be 11. I counted 1. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. There's no way I missed somebody. So we should have Carmelo, Akola, Mia, Did they count Mia twice? I don't think so. Rikusu used Steve here. He did. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. Now Rikusu Steve this is not the first time we see Rikusu Steve. Okay, I get it now. So Rikusu Steve made an appearance in Tsumabato 54, but then he also tried it at Tsumabato 58. But yeah, okay, okay. Next major, Momocon 2025, where we see Mutates with the Peach. So Peach moves up a tier. Where are you, Peach? There you are. Then we got Wrath with only Sonic, Vendetta with the he uses Ryu mainly, but he only used Ken in top 8 against Mutates and against Light. So Ken, there he is. Deep Knot giving Mega Man his only appearance at a major so far. I mean, this is not the only time Mega Man makes top 8 at a major. This is He's the only player to make top 8 with Mega Man this season. And we got Lima with Solo Bayo, Light with Solo Fox, Omega with Solo Joker. Omega is the fifth and final Joker to make top 8. And then we got Beast Mode Paul with the Solo Hero. So Hero moves up a tier for the final time, I believe. Next tournament was USA Symphonic Gaming Festival, major in France. This one was super cool because it had symphonic, like live music, a live orchestra while the players were playing against each other. Top 8 consisted of Luigi, who only played Luigi, Susu, who played Sword Fighter, and Steve. But yeah, Sword Fighter moves up a tier. Then Shiny Mark, who played Pikachu, but he also played Marth against Spargo. Yeah, he tried out Marth, giving Marth his only appearance at a top 8 in such a long time, probably. Then we got Spargo, who played uh, Plant, Cloud, and Aegis. Then we got Gluttony, who only played Wario. Then we got T, played Kazuya, but also played his Pac-Man this time, so Pac-Man makes an appearance. And then we got Mia, who only used Game & Watch. The next major is Sumabato 59, where we got another Palu making top 8 in Crete. He's like a hidden boss. He was ranked in 2024.1 ranking season. He was like number 125 or something like that. He was unranked in 2024.2, but I think they will be ranked again as a top 150 player because he has a lot of good wins. Like look at this tournament alone, he beat Rarikusu and Ashima, and he almost beat Goryoka as well. Super good run from Crete. and he only used Palutena, yeah. And we got Kome with the Shulk, Rocky with the Steve and Kazuya, Yoshidora with the Yoshi, Yara with the Samus, Raru with the Luigi, and Min Min, but we already ranked his Min Min. Hurt, who used Snake, but he also used Sonic, giving Sonic his fifth and final appearance. And then Doromiki, who only used Min Min. Next major is Comic Palooza Fight Club 2025, where we got another Palu in top 8, in Luis, who only used her, Danny, who means Wolf, giving Wolf a fourth appearance at our major, Mars, giving Zero Suit Samus her only appearance at a major, at a top 8 of at a major so far. MK Leo, who used Aegis this time. So he will be the final, seventh and final Aegis to make top 8, a top 8 appearance. Mutates, who only played Peach. Light, who only played Fox. Peanut, who only played Mega Man. And Shiny Mark, who only played Pika. Next major, Patchwork 2025. We got Mr. E with the Lucina, giving Lucina his only top major top 8 appearance since Proto Banham, probably. Then we got Beasley with the Diddy Kong. He only used Diddy Kong. Where's Diddy Kong? There he is. Then we got Syrup with the Ness. Since this tournament was Steve banned, he still got top 8 at a major with solo Ness. Then we got Omega, who only played Joker. Candle, who only played Olimar. So Olimar moves up a tier. Then we got Jackal, who only played Wolf. So Wolf moves up a tier. Then we got Mutates, who only played Peach. And Peanut, who only played Mega Man. Next major, Delta 11 in Japan. We got Yaura, who only played Samus. Gorioka, who only played Joker. Shuton, who played both Aegis and Olimar. Minla HO, who played Brawler and DK. Tamego, who played Rob. So Rob moves up a tier. Ken, who used only Sonic. Tamapi, who only used Bayo. And Mia, who used Game & Watch, but also used Diddy Kong against Tamapi. Didn't work out, but he used him, yeah. And um next major would be Get on My Level Forever, also called God Mode Forever, where we got Beast Mode Paul with the hero, Herd with the snake, Onin with Steve, Cola with the Roy, Leo with the Joker and Aegis, Syrup with the Ness and Steve, Sonics with the Sonic, and Spargo with Roy, giving Roy his fourth appearance at a major. Should I do? I mean, we're already in August. There have been two more majors that have happened after Gommel. But if we're only counting, if we're only counting since the season ended, this would be the list. So Bowser Jr., Prom, Doc, Ganon, Isis, Ike, Incineroar, Isabel, Jigglypuff, Link, Kirby, Little Mac, Lucas, Meta Knight, Mewtwo, Gunner, Pit, PT, Sheik, Simon, or the Belmonts, Villager, Wii Fit, Zelda, T oh, wait, I'm pretty sure I put Banjo. Hold up. Oh, I put only Banjo? Why is there an only Banjo picture? That doesn't make sense. Well, let's put Banjo like here. I think he was right there. Okay, so Terry, Byleth, Sephiroth, and Sora. Those would be the characters that have no major top eight appearances this season so far. I mean, in the first half of 2025. Then we got the characters that have one appearance in K. Rool, Ryu, or one player rather that has made top eight with them. K. Rool with Ball, Ryu with Ashimo, Mario with Snow, Banjo with Toriguri, Shulk with Pome, Rosa with the Bus, Ness with Syrup, Lucario with Gachibi, Toon Link with Level 1, Korin with Daigoro, Young Link with Tsubasemi, Robin with Leaf, Inkling with Shirayuki, Duck Hunt with Yagabata, Yonepi with, Pizza with Yonepi. So Natsuru has not made top 8 so far. Pikachu with Shiny Mark, King Dedede thanks to 33 Parent Box, Me Brawler with Mina HO, Plant, thing, because of Spargo, uh, Bowser for Zemol, Ridley for Mescal, Falcon thanks to Karage, Mega Man because of Beepnut, Marth because of Shiny Mark, Pac-Man for T, CSS for Mars, and Lucina for Mr. E. Then we got these characters with two different players. Fox thanks to Light and Kaninabe, Kazuya thanks to T and Raki, Snake for Herd and Orion, Bayonetta for Tamapi and Lima, Greninja for Tuna and Tarek, Wario for Gluttony and Prep, Heat for Umeki and Mutace, Ken for Ashimo and Vendetta, and Sword Fighter for Lunamalo and Susu. Then characters with three appearances with three different players making top eight with them. Falco for Rarikusu, Masa, and Motsunabe. Minmin for Kaninabe, Doramigi, and Raru. Samus for Yaura, Teshi, and Siski. Rigi for Lugi, Kiarash, and Raru. Diki for Rarikusu, Kuhaku, and Milna Ho. Yoshi for uh, Fui, Mark, and Yoshidora. Holtena for Preet, Luis, and Raflo. Olimar for Stuton, Candle, and Uame. And Rob for Samba, Tamego, and Big Boss. Then we got characters with four appearances. Cloud, because of Spargo, Cola, Semol, and Tuna. Hero because of Akakikusu, Shion, Doramigi, and Bismuth Paul. Diddy Kong with Tweak, Yanokonbu, Mia, and Beastly. Roy because of Spargo, Cola, Tuna, and Alice. Then we got these four characters with five different players. Uh, Game and Watch because of Mia, Meister, Monty, Furaramen, and Ruffalo. Joker because of Tsubaki, Leo, Gorioka, Omega, and Shion. Sonic because of Hurt, Sonics, Wrath, Taike, and Ken. And Wolf because of Orion, Masha, Jackal, Ouch, and Danny. Then we got Aegis with seven different players. We got Snow, Shuton, Fire, Spargo, Akola, Carmelo, and Leo. And finally, Steve with 11 different players playing this character in top 8. Um, Carmelo, Rocky, Akola, Syrup, Mia, Susu, Prep, Puhaku, Onin, Perambox, and Rorikusu. If we count the last majors, this thing changes a bit, but just a bit. So the next tournament would be Sumabato SP60. We have Yaura, who only played Samus, Uame, who only played Olimar, Kaninabe, who only played Fox, Gorioka, who only played Joker, Yoshidora, who only played Yoshi, Level 1, who only played Toon Link, Furararamen, who played both Game & Watch and Isabel, so Isabel would make her first appearance, and Raru, who only played Luigi. And then the final major that has happened so far would be S Factor 12, where we have Gluttony, who only played Wario, Siski, who only played Samus, but we already got him, Leo, who only played Joker, Mia, who only played Game & Watch, Raru, who played Luigi and Min Min, Waka, who only played Luigi, but he hasn't had an opportunity, so Luigi would move up a tier to have four different players play him in top 8 at a major. And we got Syrup with the Ness and Steve, and then we got Spargo with the Cloud. So the only two changes would be that Isabel makes her first and so far only appearance at a top 8, and Luigi moving from 3 to 4 different players. It's so funny that some of these characters are generally good. Like for example, Meta Knight is not really that bad. Gunner, Pit, PT, Sheik, Terry, Byleth, Sora, maybe Sephiroth. Like these are generally like very decent characters, but and some players have been very close to make top 8 with them at majors. Pretty sure Base Mage placed 13th at Genesis, which is crazy because that was like one of the biggest tournaments of the first half. Jeja placed Jeja placed ninth at LMBM, which is insane. Gluto, Gluto maybe will play Link at a top eight of a major someday. Metara plays 13th at Smash Awesome. Um, if Sakurai had bigger runs at either Level Up Expo or Kagaribi, he would be the player to play top 8 with this character. But other than him, I don't see any other player. Maybe Middle, who's the second best pit, but I doubt so. I really doubt so. PT was really close. Quid, the best PT in the world, placed ninth at Sumabato 55, was it? I think it was. So that was a super major, and Quid almost makes the run. I don't remember who stopped him. I think it was level of one, the player who beat him. I'm surprised Sheik has not been played at all. Terry has had very bad luck because Riddles retired after placing ninth at the biggest tournament of all time, so he was so close. And he had like the worst matchups of all time. Like imagine making winners quarters of the biggest tournament of all time, and then having to play Wrath, who plays Sonic, and that is like one of the worst matchups for either Kazuya or Terry. And and then Andres FN, who is the second best Terry player, placed ninth at he placed ninth at a tournament, but I don't remember. Well, hold up. It was not at Uzes. He placed ninth at 95 Kings of Field 5 using Terry. Yeah, he actually used uh Terry to defeat Dryby, and he used Ashimo. He used Ryu, Ken, and Terry to try to defeat Raflo, but he got 3-0'd. So yeah, Terry has been really close to place top 8 at a major, but unfortunately it hasn't. And honestly, Andres doesn't compete at majors really often because he's in Europe. And to be fair, Europe has had a lot of majors this year, this season. So maybe, maybe I think France has a major tournament coming up soonish, like in 3 weeks or something. I don't remember. But maybe we'll see Andres making top 8 with Terry. Uh, and then Riddle's retired, so Terry, the the Terry meta is in shambles. Byleth should have a chance rather soon. Like I don't know if Leo is planning on playing this character anytime soon. Like he played it at Blink Respawn, but against the Spargo, but that was not a major, so it doesn't count, of course. Sephiroth, the only Sephiroth that I can see making an appearance in top 8 is Ken's Sephiroth. I know he still uses Sephiroth from time to time in some matchups that are harder to say the least. Like he used Sephiroth in against Ocha recently in top 8 of hold up. What was the name of the tournament? Sumapa 197. He used it there. But that was only a B tier, but I don't think he will use it in top 8 of a major, but he could. His Sephiroth is really good. He's the best Sephiroth right now in the world, and that's no question. He for sure is the best Sephiroth in the world. Especially now that Tweaky retired. So, and Sora is in a difficult spot right now. I think no, like oh wait, like there's this guy, like I don't remember his name. There's this Japanese Sora that has had um some good runs. I remember him having a very good run where he beat like Motsunabe and Akakikusu or Alice. He had a very good run. I don't remember his name right now though, but they're good. They're very good. I feel like they could be the only Sora player to make top eight. As for the other characters, I hardly see any of the other characters making top eight at a major. Like the only reason I can see other characters being played at top eight of a major is because like they're kind of trolling, like Shiny Mark using Marth against Spargo or 33 Bucks using King Dedede against Carmelo. Like those are the only kinds of situations I can see these characters being used in top eight of a major. I remember the list I checked had Mario at two, but now I revisited every single player and I only saw Mario once at a major, which of course was because of snow. I don't know, but there it is. There's the list I wanted to talk about. I thought the topic was very interesting, and I wonder how this list is going to change. I feel like I want to do this video again after the season finishes, or after the year ends, to see how much things have changed. Maybe we'll see another Luigi top 8. Maybe we'll see another Steve. Or maybe we'll see like one of these characters with zero have a top 8 appearance. Like who would have thought that King Dedede or Marth have been played at a major, a top 8 of a major? Like who would have thought? And Sword Fighter being used twice. Like Brawler has only been used once, and Brawler has been used twice. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's actually so funny. But yeah, there are generally good characters here. Like, what the fuck is Mario, Shulk, Corrin, Pikachu, Pac-Man? These are generally good characters that should be like at three. But instead we have DK. What is going on? Like, also something that was really funny is seeing Wolf at five. Five different players have made top eight at major tournaments with Wolf. And you know what's even funnier? Each of them has made top eight at a major only once. So Wolf has made top eight at a major only 5 times this season. Because Orion only top eighted one tournament. Ouch. He won Best of the West, but that wasn't a major, so he placed fourth at Battle of BC, and that's the only time he made top eight at a major so far. Masha won Grand Slam 17, and that's the only time he made top eight at a major. Jackal had an incredible run at this tournament. I don't remember which one it was. But he placed like third. Great run. And Danny, like I would expect Danny to make top eight at a major, but he did. He ended up like he beat Candle, and that's the reason he made top eight. But he placed seventh. He ended up placing seventh. Like I swear, dude, Wolf is not this good. There's no way Wolf is better than Luigi, let's say for example. There's no way. And he's not better than Rob or Min Min or Kazuya or Snake or Fox. Like what are these guys doing this low? I swear, dude. I mean, yeah, maybe they're harder to play and Wolf is like so easy to play. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to I'm trying to give a reason onto why this character is so high up, but these characters are not. That's so funny. But yeah, guys, that would be it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time soonish. Thank you for